Hey guys, I'm Dave.
And I'm Alex.
And today we're going to be talking about Ultra Ego.
Dude, that was the best intro. No, you ruined it. In the last arc, we saw Vegeta learn Spirit Fission, and it was a pretty specific ability, so it makes sense that he would develop another combat form. This arc, we got Ultra Ego, and the concept is great. Vegeta is learning from Beerus, whereas Goku has been learning from the Angels for Ultra Instinct. So thematically, this form fits Vegeta's personality perfectly. There's a lot to like here. However, Vegeta is already running into problems in this new form, and it begs the question, what's the point of Ultra Ego? Alright, David, so we're going to talk about Ultra Ego this video, and I guess one of the questions we have to discuss is Vegeta still learning how to use Ultra Ego a la Goku progressing through Ultra Instinct in multiple forms?
I really hope so, because otherwise, like we kind of allude to, it could be a little bit of a letdown. I talked about this in our other video, where I think that just like Goku, when he first started off with his Ultra Instinct, although he had no idea what was going on when that first appeared, he started off kind of weak and then got better. I mean, he was stronger than all the other fighters when he turned Ultra Instinct, but compared to Jiren, he was like really weak, right?
Right.
And it took multiple iterations, like first his fight with Jiren, then his fight with Kefla, and then finally it took like the third fight with Jiren before he really activated the full potential.
Yeah, and this is actually very different because Vegeta's not only fully, himself, he's more himself than he's ever been.
Yeah.
He actually fully understands what his power is, where it's come from, and how it works. So we're definitely dealing with a different transformation, and he even calls it the polar opposite of Ultra Instinct. It's how he names it, right?
Yeah, and like, he's learning it straight from Beerus. It's not like a surprise. It's not like something traumatic happened during the arc and then he all of a sudden became Ultra Ego. He learned it from scratch. So, but at the same time, I don't think he's probably met his full potential, because, or at least I hope so, because otherwise that means he's a little bit on the weaker end. Especially if he's taking blow, and he's getting basically knocked out before he can even unleash his, final attacks. And I don't know, what do you think?
Right, and so that leads into my second point, that is Ultra Ego's power capped. Based on the damage that Vegeta takes, like, he can't actually fight anymore. So when he first transforms, he's a little bit cocky. He takes a lot of hits on purpose from Granolah, and at a certain point, he's kind of like, "Oh crap! I can't see. My vision's fading. I better finish this. I'm gonna summon my God of Destruction energy ball," and Granolah is able to deal with it. So is this going to be like a problem where no matter how much better he becomes at the form, there's just a cap on like how much damage he's taking before it is going to affect his longevity in the fight?
So I just thought of this. I wonder if the hits that he takes are sustained over to the next battle, like if his power rises with Ultra Ego from fight to fight, or if it kind of hits a base and then every time he transforms to Ultra Ego he kind of goes back to the like base level 1, or if it kind of causes him to get stronger and stronger and stronger, so that the next time and then the next time and then the next time when he first activates it, he doesn't have to take as many hits in order to get that same kind of power output.
I mean, so obviously we don't really know. We've only seen it twice. The second time that we saw it, Vegeta is fighting with the white-haired Goku, and he kind of takes over solo, and he starts to get punched and kicked and hit even more. We talked about it in the last video. But he then powers up. So maybe it kind of looks like there's a baseline that he grows from, but again, we don't truly know. I think it would be kind of cooler to have a baseline, so he always has to mix it up, so he doesn't just like innately grow too strong.
Yeah.
Well, but then again, that's kind of what like the Sengai boost is, right? Like that just if you die or almost die, you get more powerful.
Yeah. So maybe he has like a double thing going on with him. And then also on top of that, if this is a form that he's learned from Beerus, clearly Beerus is way above anybody else's level, even god to god. We saw in the manga that he's one of the strongest of the battle, or of the gods of destruction already. So I'm sure he probably has progressed this form even further as well. So that's why I'm hoping that there's a little bit more potential to that as well.
And even if there is more potential, it doesn't mean that they won't find a new way for Vegeta to get jobbed, but we can only hope. So what would be kind of cool is after this fight's over, if we get more specific training with Beerus and Vegeta, and like Goku's not even in the shot, like who knows where he is.
Yeah, I agree with that. Honestly, one thing I've really liked about the manga so far, or not so far because it's been out for a few years, but I like the focus that they put on training again.
Yes.
They really show the grind that Vegeta and Goku have to go through in order to progress to the next form, which I thought was a little bit lacking in early Super, which, you know, hopefully that means that his form gets a little bit more potential because it does look cool.
It does.
I really like that kind of Super Saiyan 3 aesthetic with the bigger forehead and just kind of angry Vegeta.
Yeah.
And him it kind of harkens back to Vegeta on Earth when the more damage he takes, he's just getting angrier and more powerful, and he's just ready to take out the Earth.
Yeah. And like Vegeta says right before he transforms, he just starts reveling in the fight. He just gets like seriously knocked out by Granolah, and he says there's no people to save, no planet in danger, just me, the fight. This is like what I love. I'm going back to my Saiyan roots, and exactly. That, like, we love it. Like, we're here for it. Totally. So that's amazing. Now, you also had a point that maybe this is a precursor, and there's theories out there that maybe Vegeta's going to inherit the God of Destruction title from Beerus at some point, and you know, this is the first step towards that.
Yeah, so I don't know if I personally believe this, but I have seen this floating around a lot, especially before this Ultra Ego form came to fruition. You know, a lot of people were saying, oh, Vegeta's now learning from Beerus, while Goku kind of learns more from Whis, although they were both learning from Whis. But, you know, maybe Goku goes more with the angel form, and Vegeta will go more God of Destruction, and then eventually, maybe just like Topo has kind of inherited the God of Destruction powers for his universe, maybe eventually Vegeta will inherit that as well. Although you made a good point that now Vegeta is pretty well settled at home, and you know, he has Bulma and Bra and Trunks, and looking more and more like he's a little bit of a family man, even letting himself slip in before the Tournament of Power a little bit compared to Goku, where, you know, he said, oh, I can't fight because Bulma's about to have a baby. And early Vegeta would never have said something like that.
Yeah, thank God we had Whis to just pop that thing out.
That was my favorite scene.
Now, of course, we're referencing a conversation that happened off camera, so, you know, we're so sorry for that. But I also don't see it happening, not just because of the family issues, but we did also get some hints where Beerus was saying in the manga that, you know, I can't remember the exact wording, but he basically was talking about this new form to Vegeta, and he was referencing that, like, you don't need to be a God of Destruction to use it. It's just the path that you can go, and I feel like they put that in there specifically to say, like, don't worry, he's gonna learn this power, but he's not going to, you know, become the God of Destruction.
Yeah, that's fair.
So I think we'll just cap off here with a bit of a verdict on Ultra Ego. So in my opinion, I think it is not a letdown because I've thoroughly enjoyed its introduction and the fighting that we've seen so far with the form. It's very enjoyable to see Vegeta act a little bit more cocky and even to be the one that kicks Goku into gear. Ultimately, it's disappointing to see him lose to Gas, and I will continue the dream of Vegeta winning an arc in Dragon Ball Super one day.
One day, maybe in Super 2.
But that's enough from us. We want to hear from you. What do you think about Ultra Ego? Is it a letdown? Is it what you're hoping for Vegeta? Let us know in the comments down below.
Thanks for watching, guys. Catch you next time.
Bye.
Phew.